Yeah, g'day, iZade here. So you want a simple to build mob grinder XP farm for early game Minecraft survival. Well, you've come to the right place. Let's get cracking. Right, just a quick explanation though on why we need to be 128 blocks high or 128 blocks away from anywhere mobs can spawn. So for instance, if there was caves down under here, you need to have them all lit up, and basically 128 blocks that way and 128 blocks that way and right round us. So that way then we could actually build the mob spawner on the ground here, and it should be quite efficient as long as nothing can spawn. Okay, so we'd have to fill all this area out 128 blocks with carpet or non-spawnable blocks basically. So that's the reason why we need to go 128 blocks or a certain amount of blocks high to be away from spawnable areas. So I will demonstrate this here. So to start with, you just have to look at the height here. So we're at 56. So let's just go up to 156 to start with. All right, so that's going to give us 100 blocks high. So let's just get up there first. Okay, so we're up to 156 on the Y level. Now it's getting nighttime, so this is a good simulation now of what would happen if down there we're just 100 blocks down that we didn't have it lit up or spawnable area. I'm going to turn on hard mode, and you can see now straight away the mobs down there spawning. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to go up a bit further. We go up a little bit further, and you can see as they're coming in, because it ends up being like a big sphere of 128 blocks. So as soon as we get up to around about 184, which should be around about 128 blocks above what we started at 56, then those mobs should just about be gone. You can see down there, even if we zoom in, that's what we've got down there at the moment. Let's keep going up. So we're at 182 at the moment. 183, 184, and look at that. So 128 blocks up, we just zoom in down there, nothing spawned. Okay, so this is an example now of what I was saying then. If we're 128 blocks in all directions away from anything that's spawnable or lit up area, nothing can spawn in any sort of darkness. So we're going to get pretty much 100% efficiency of spawn rate of mobs. So let's go back down. As we go back down, you can see that they're starting to spawn down there now. So let's just zoom in there a little bit. See, look at them. Look at that. Right. So that's the reason for our 128 blocks. In your world, if you build it up 100 blocks, you just got to make sure that there are 28 blocks under that ground, it's either water or it's the caves that are underneath there are all lit up. So you don't have any of them spawning down there. Otherwise, you're going to have nothing spawning in your spawn chambers. Okay, let's continue. And there's 184 blocks. This is the level we'll be standing on when we'll be slaying the mobs as they fall down the chute. Right, so let's go from here. Right, so now we're going to build the platform. So from the top of here, we're just going to go out one, cross one. In survival, you'll be doing this with a shift. Just hold down the left shift there, and you can put them through. So we're going to cross one there, cross one here, and then we're going to go 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From the 7th block, we're going to go across to 4. So 2, 3, 4, and then from that block, go back to 7 again. Okay, fill that in there. Now this is where we're going to be climbing up. So there will be a ladder there. So let's fill the rest in. Now it's entirely up to you, but I normally knock these out. Otherwise you need to fill these in when we put them up or put a torch on them. From here, we're just going to put 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there. Right, now grab your chest. We're going to put chest there and a chest there. Now hoppers. Grab hoppers, hold down shift into the back of the chest, in the back of that one, and then in the back of these hoppers, in the back of there. So these hoppers are pushing through that chest. These ones are pushing through to there. On top of them, we just need to put slabs. So we need to hold shift again. And there. Perfect. And that's it. This is the landing platform. This is where they're going to land on. Okay, now let's just build this up a little bit. So build them around there. So that way, then we can put this across here. Right. Now, because this is going to be the front, we can actually fill that in. And this is going to be the killing chamber. So that's where we hit them with the sword in there. That's where we sort them out. Okay. So from here, you climb up here. And then we're going to go from this base here, we're going to go up 22 blocks. Now 22, the reason I say that, the 22 is going to be the height there, because at 23, most mobs will die. When they hit the ground here, or hit this slab, half slab, they will actually die there. But we just want them to be still alive, so we can only just one tap with the sword. And that way then we can just hit them with a wooden sword if you like, and they'll die, and we get the XP. So we're going to go up 22 blocks. So we've already got one down there. Okay, so let's have a look here. So 22 blocks from here. Let's have a look at F3 again. So we've got 185 on the Y level. So 185 plus 22, that's going to give us 207. So we need to go up to 207. It's going to be the last block we need to do. So let's just build that up now. Okay, here we go. So we're up to 207 on the targeted block there, and 208. That's where we're at on the main block here. So if we just got the night mode at the moment. If I wanted to just spawn a zombie on here, obviously it's not going to hurt me, because I'm in its name, and I push him off, you'll see what happens here. So he'll go down, he's still alive. Now, if we was to go up one more block, we'll go there, and we'll put a zombie up here. And if I can get around him, we'll knock him off there. Here, down he goes, and he dies. So that's why we just need him here at one more block. And that way then, we come down here, and we've got a creeper down here that's going to meet us, which won't hurt us either. But if I hit him there, or at least I'm hitting with hand now, and see, just with the hand, it just took a couple of hits. Okay, so let's get back into this. See you, creeper. Okay, now from here, shift down, we're going to go out 9 blocks. So we've got one there already, 2, 3, 9. Okay, come across, and then we'll go back again. Okay, so it should look like that. Right, then from the corners, there we go up 1, and then we're just going around the outside. And when we get to the end here, on the 9th block, we're actually going to go across that on the 9th. And on the way back. Perfect. Now the reason we want that is that we want it to be 8 blocks long in here. And that's because once we put water in this bit here, you'll see that the water just goes right to there. And that's where we want it. Okay. So let's just close out and get rid of the water there at the moment. Now we need to do this out that way, and out that way. So I'll get them done. Right. Once you've got that, it should pretty much look like this. Okay, next thing, we just need to put one more level all the way around here. Let's get that done. Okay, so now we've got 2 blocks high with this part. Next step is now we need to fill these in. Each of the, so we've got one big platform here. So we'll go out across here and go across this one. And just fill all these in. Right, once you've got one square done, get the rest done. Okay, now we should have something looking like this. Right, next step, we'll actually put the water in here. Now, one thing I like to do here first is create a water source. So you don't have to try and keep a heap of buckets. So the easiest way to do that is create a 3 wide here, that there, you'd put one water in there. So you'd come up with 2 buckets of water, and you put your second bucket of water there, and then you've got a constant water source. So with your buckets, you'd pick up the water from here, put one down in that corner, go grab some more water from there, right, and put in the other one. So then we should have nice and even there. So obviously I'm in creative, so I can go through and just do these from the rest. Okay, so we should have something looking like that now. And now we'll get rid of your water source. So you can use your empty buckets then to pick that water up if you want to. Otherwise, I'm just going to do that. Next thing we want to do is trapdoors. Put the trapdoors on here, and on both sides we're going to be doing this, because the mobs come along, they walk along here, and they actually think that's open or there's a floor here. So they just walk along and bang, fall straight in the water. Don't think twice about it. So it's important to put the trapdoors on here, instead of having it without it, to make it more efficient. Otherwise, they've got to accidentally fall in. Whereas this way, they'll just, not even think twice and just walk along and bang straight in there. So put trapdoors, both sides, all the way around. Okay, so now we've got trapdoors all the way around on each of the waterways. Next stage, we just want to put a wall. We can just go one wall, or if you want to, you can go to 2 high, but I'm just going to go 1 at the moment, all the way around. Okay, once you've got your wall all the way around, one more thing we're going to do here. Now this is optional, but I definitely would do it. What this does, we're going to put slabs down here. And what this will do is it will stop spiders spawning, because spiders need 2 blocks wide to be able to spawn. Now you can have spiders spawn, that's not a problem, but the spiders, they'll cling to the edges and the roof and all that sort of thing, and they won't fall in the water at times. And all that's doing then is adding to your mob count, and they're just sitting up here taking up numbers, while other things could still be spawning and then falling in here and going down. So best thing to do, put these slabs in, then the spiders won't spawn, but all the others can still spawn. So you want to space them out like that, and that'll fix that up. So we do that in each of them. So I always just go from that corner, space, 1, space, 1, space, 1. And then you do that out this way till you get to the waterways and just fill them in. Okay, so you should end up with 16 slabs there. And we'll do that on each one of them. Right, okay, once you've got that done, we'll complete the roof. So we need to do one more height along here, just for the wall. Okay, so now we've got our 2 high wall all the way around. And then we're just going to put the roof on. Okay, so we've just got our roof all the way along the top there. So we'll just finish filling this in here. And that is pretty much it. That's done. So in there now, it'll be pitch black, ready for the mobs to spawn. Now one more thing we have to do though, is on top of here we need to light this up. If you're going to be using the mob farm at night, they'll spawn up here, and obviously you won't be able to kill them, and that's going to be affecting the mob count, and it's going to be affecting the efficiency of the farm. So we need to light this up, so we're going to put a whole stack of lights up here, or torches, and that'll fix that bit. So we'll get this done. Okay, that should do it. Just spammed a few torches over the top here, and this farm is nearly done. So let's just go back down to the base part. So here we are. And here things are starting to fall down already. But what we need to do here, though, we need to actually fill this in, make it a bit safer. And obviously light it up a little. Put that in there at the moment. Just put a roof on there. And we could make this a little bit safe by putting a trapdoor in there, I guess. Okay. Right. And we're done. So you can see here, things are starting to come into the chest already. Just need our sword. Right, things will start getting down here pretty quick. Now, normally, you can just use a wooden sword here, or whatever you like to use. And here they come. There's the XP. You can see the XP flying out of there. Some still dying on impact, because they might be falling off the corner of the upper slabs up there. But let's have a see what we've got in here. So you can see now, hoppers are picking them up and putting them straight into the chest. Okay, and then the last thing to do is pretty much put a ladder up there. Now, as you can imagine, if you had this over top of a deep ocean, then this doesn't need to be as high as that. Or if you're pretty confident you can get all the caves and everything underneath all lit up nicely. And if you do that, you need to actually light up this area down here as well. So that when it comes night time, things aren't going to be spawning around here to that radius that I was talking about before. Then it doesn't need to be as high. Okay, so the next tedious task is just putting all the ladders all the way up. Later on, you can either use a water elevator here or put a portal up there, put a nether portal, and get there nice and quick. Otherwise, away you go, putting ladders up here. On another good thing with building over top of water in survival is if while you're building this, if you have a little accident, you have a little fault, then the great thing is in water, you're not going to die by hitting the ground. Okay, let's get the rest of this done. And that's it for this tutorial. But if you had other things you can do with this, if you want to make it much bigger, then you can put an enchantment area. I would put in a storage area and things because this fills up quite quickly when you're slaying the mobs. As you can see, some things are already dying by just impact anyway. So you get, get some chests full of gunpowder and rotten flesh that you can trade with villagers. All the good stuff. Okay, there you go. A very simple to build mob grinder and XP farm. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe to see more. And also, if you want to see this particular farm in action, get along and see iZade Nation, which is my Let's Play series. And I use this exact same farm in that to get my mob drops and get some XP as well. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.